Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do a quick video about this thread I came across Twitter. On this YouTube account, I try to stick to games and anime, so this kind of fit right in with the topics I usually try to cover. There was a Twitter thread by Fastolord08. He talked about Fastolord. I'm assuming he's a Bleach fan. I believe that's from Bleach. He talked about mangakas and their worst manga pages and panels. And based on the first one, I'm sure you guys understand where some of this is coming from. There are some panels that I'm not quite clear as to why he considers them the worst, but let's go through it and, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. All right, so this first one here is from Oda, who's the mangaka. The anime is One Piece, or the manga is One Piece. This is Princess Rebecca. She's a gladiator fighting in an arena to try to win her freedom, as you can tell by some of the armor. Now, the armor's skimpy, and she's very attractive. She's got a big bust, slender body, slender build. So we all know why this scares people. On Twitter, all these teenagers, all these 20-something-year-old kids, I guess nowadays, because statistically speaking, they're probably more likely a virgin nowadays with the younger generation. They're afraid of women. So obviously we understand why this person probably dislikes this one. Now, this next one, I'm not really sure why they dislike this one. This is Madara from Naruto. The Black Zetsu's coming behind to essentially betray Madara. I don't know why they hate this one. This was a twist that honestly I could see coming. This one kind of baffles me. So there are some in here that honestly you would expect to see because, sexy women scare these kids. But this one, I don't know. Maybe they just didn't like the twist. Maybe that's what it was. Now here, I'm not really sure why they don't like this one either, but I know Bleach in the manga, the mangaka was just well known for the fact that he would have whole pages of like artwork like this that had pictures but very little story. So you would have like pages, a couple of pages in every chapter released where it's just big pictures and wouldn't really say much. It would just show something similar to this. So I'm assuming that that's probably why he dislikes this one. I'm not entirely certain. He doesn't really go into detail. Same with this. I don't really know why he dislikes this one. This doesn't really make sense to me either. I really wish they kind of would have went into more details. So as you can see, the second, third, and fourth panel doesn't really go into detail as to why. You can't really guess like you can with the first one. Now here, this one doesn't surprise me. People nowadays, like I said, the younger generation that has, honestly, we should have gatekept harder, but the younger generation that got into anime, the kids who have probably never seen or touched a woman, are very afraid of some of this type of stuff. They don't understand the culture that Japan has overseas, and so they're afraid of it. They don't like it. They don't understand that not everybody will be the same in a non-Western nation. Even in a Western nation, there's people who love this and people who hate this. The people who love it understand it for what it is. It's comedy. Okay? That's all it is. I don't have a problem with it. I thought it was funny in the anime, or the manga, because they didn't show it in the anime I don't think to this extent. I thought it was funny. I don't mind when they do things like this because I do understand that Japan has its own culture. So it doesn't hurt me. I can go outside, touch grass. I'm married, so I know what a real woman looks like and feels like. So I'm not offended by this. Plus, even though she is a young kid, that's the culture. They are not promoting child porn. That's not what this is. And if you can't understand that, well, maybe Japanese manga or anime just isn't for you. Don't even know this anime. I don't really know. This is weird. Sis. Okay, that's what it is. Again, this is sometimes just jokes and things that they put into anime. If you don't like it, don't consume it. Go watch Western animation. Go read Western comics. Trust me, you'll get all of the, prom episodes and stuff there, right? If that's what you want. Okay, if this bothers you so much that you got to post about it, go watch something else. Go read something else. This is obviously not for you. Okay, if you're so tied up in a knot that you can't understand humor or just how, tropes that these cultures have when they make this stuff, then go do something else. Well, let's see what this one. This is from Attack on Titan. I don't want that. I don't want her to find another guy. I want her to only have feelings for me. Even after I die, I want her to hold me in her heart for a long... I don't understand what this... He's obviously referring to Mikasa, I'm assuming. I don't know why he has a problem with this. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, some people, they're weird. Again, they need to get out more, live life more, get more experiences, grow up, and stop being so offended by everything. All right, so this one's from My Hero Academia. This is the Invisible Girl. Now, as far as I'm aware, because I'm not up to date on the manga. I stopped reading it when they were in the fight with All for One. But she didn't have clothes that turned invisible like the little girl or the daughter in The Incredibles had. Like in The Incredibles, they had an outfit that would go invisible when she did. In My Hero Academia, that was not the case. So she had to take her clothes off whenever she was going to fight or go invisible because people would see her. Now, the reason this caused an uproar is because people are so freaking sensitive nowadays. If someone, they're like, oh, she's underage. She's like 15 or 16. Well, they don't understand the culture in Japan. In Japan, this isn't a problem. They're not showing her naked. They covered up her bits. I mean, look, it's no different than some of these CW shows or some of the TV shows we have on TV about high school kids. And they're going at it. They're having sex. Again, they don't show everything, but they're going at it. And you're sitting at home and you're watching it. You're telling me you don't have a problem with that? At least here, she's just posing. In the manga, she's not having sex. She's not doing these sexual things. So people get too uptight. This is what Japan does. If you don't like it, I can't stress enough. If you don't like this, go read or watch something else. Now this one, send this home right now. I'll even tongue your butthole for a week to think. Okay, I don't know where this is from. I really don't. It's stupid. I don't know the context. Again, this just is another example of someone getting butthurt over a line. That's all it is. I really wish people would just stop getting so butthurt over every single little thing in manga or anime. This is why I am always of mind that we should have gatekept this stuff a lot harder. Even if it made it harder to watch or harder to read, we should have gatekept it and kept these people out of here because we don't want to change manga. We don't want anime and manga to change. We like it for what it is. There's a reason it got popular just fine the way it was. We don't want the Western side to come in and change it because you know what? If you want to know what the Western stuff is going to look like, look at the comic industry. See how well that's going for them, because it's not. There's a reason manga is outselling comics hand over fist. All right. Again, this one doesn't surprise me either. It's yet another one. It's about a girl. This isn't Fire Force. I cannot remember her name, but it's a trope of how she always gets out of her clothes like this. Look, they didn't have a problem in Fairy Tail. I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but one of the side/main characters was an ice wizard, and he always walked around without clothes on, without a top, right? He'd be fully dressed, and next thing you know, boom, shirtless. Nobody had a problem with that. It was a running gag throughout the entire anime and the entire manga. Nobody had a problem with that. They didn't have a problem with a trope like that until it became a girl. And honestly, yeah, she's an attractive girl in the anime, and in the manga, I don't have a problem with it. Look, it's a joke. It's a gag. If this stuff bothers you, it's not for you. Either ignore it and move on and continue to enjoy the rest of the story, or go and read and watch something else, right? You'll never see this type of stuff in Western comics. No, in Western comics, you used to get things like this. Hold on. Rogue, I'm telling you what, every teenage boy growing up in the 90s watching X-Men loved her. She was badass. She had crazy powers that were so OP, they were also difficult for her to use. It was a double-edged sword, essentially. So she had to be very mindful of when she used her powers, right? But not to mention, she was hot. Both her accent and her outfit. She was a sexy, beautiful, strong woman, and every teenage boy growing up in the 90s had a crush on her. Thought she was hot. Loved her. Until they decided to ruin her in the X-Men movies with this woman, with this portrayal, or with this one over here. Because, you know, you can't have a big-breasted, sexy woman anymore. But you can't have that. You can't have a hot, sexy woman anymore in Western comics. No, it's not allowed. We've gone from the 90s Christian purity, wanting to censor everything, to really being free, to now all of a sudden, it's like the other side that was pushing for progressive freedom in the 90s. Now that side all of a sudden wants to censor everything, which is dumb because sex sells. Sex has always sold. And it will continue to always sell. People loved this lady in the 90s growing up, but you'll never see this anymore. And which is exactly why people hate this. Because it's funny and it shows a woman out of her clothes as a joke. And that's why people hate it. But like I said, fairy tale, they didn't mind it when it was a guy. So just the whole double standard is just a little absurd. So yeah, I mean, that's all I want to talk about today. Just kind of point this out, the stupidity of some of this. Again, some of these I don't really understand. This one, we remember why, because of the whole incest thing there. I don't quite understand this one, like we said. But these, like 2, 3, and 4, I can only make guesses because he doesn't explain it. But the one with Princess Rebecca, the one with Bulma here, this one, the one with the incest, and then right here with My Hero Academia, and then these last two. Come on, we know people just getting butthurt. Let's not get butthurt, okay? I'm just an average guy. I don't speak the best. I'm not the most knowledgeable, but I don't get butthurt over everything. Enjoy for what it is. I mean, heaven forbid they ever watch a movie like Austin Powers. These people would not know what to do with themselves. I mean, it's really sad. It really is. They need to let go and just either ignore it, move on and say, hey, it's not for me, or continue to consume the product that they like and just ignore the pieces in that product that they don't like. It's not that difficult. But stop complaining. Stop trying to change it. I don't want you to change it. A lot of people don't want you to change it. There's a reason why anime and manga, specifically from Japan, is doing so well compared to Western comics. It's not that difficult. All right, guys, this video went a little bit longer than I intended. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments, and I will talk to you guys later.